Hey, it's unapologetically T, and I'm back with another poem. Look at them dimples, though. Like, you just don't know. I hadn't seen my dimples in years. Like, I wasn't even taking pictures like that. That's how down bad I was. But look at that shit. Like, I see why y'all was hating. Not the ones that support me, the haters. Don't get it confused. But I see why y'all was hating. Cause I'm beautiful. That's why. Inside and out. Gosh. Look at that. Anyway, this video was for I made this video, and I usually like don't ever toot my horn like that in public, or just talking to people. So from now on, like, a bitch gonna toot her horn, you just gonna have to deal with it. Like, I need to toot this horn. Toot toot. Like, but yeah, and I can admit it. This is coming from a person who did not love herself. So yes, things that people do that already love themselves, I am just learning to do. So be happy for me if you're a good person, and be annoyed if you are a hater. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I wanted to do a video on like, not just a history of cuss words, but like, to curse or not to curse. And I say it's to each his own. I cuss like a sailor. I am a whole jaded hearted, man in here. I would say my daughter calls me a teenage boy. So I would say, like, I'm a teenage rough thug boy inside here. But I am so sensitive, and loving and compassionate and kind. I'm no longer nice. Don't try me. You gonna have to deal with God and everybody who stand behind me. Like, I ain't gonna even say stand behind me. It's people that stand beside me, behind me, up, down, all around, just so protected and feel so good. And then the funniest thing about it is I can protect myself, but who wants me to, right? So, yeah. So, to curse or not to curse, and I say it's to each his own, but I do want to talk to people about cursing. And can you find anywhere in the Bible, anywhere in original, because the Bible is the Bible is and I'm gonna step on some Christian toes, and I don't give a fuck. How about that? And I'm very close to God. And but due to a lot of ignorance and a lot of people studying religions, but not really studying religions, a lot of the Bible is like, there's scriptures and stories and parts of the Bible that are put in canons, and canons is just a word for, like, these stories couldn't make it. So you can think of it like it's a little vault. Like, we have his record that this story exists. However, we didn't think that it should go into the Bible. And that right there lets you know that the Bible was written by who, the Bible was controlled by who, the Bible was controlled by man. Jesus did not even call himself a Christian. Matter of fact, he didn't even call himself Jesus during that timeline. That is another thing that we must take into effect. There are different timelines throughout history, and the story of Jesus is an original story, and it has been rebranded, taken, and flipped, whitewashed, all kind of stuff, throughout history. You even have a creation story of, like, Jesus. I'm gonna say Jesus because, like, if you go by the storyline of Jesus, his name was not Jesus. His name was Yeshua. J wasn't even created in the alphabet by that time. So that just shows you the confusion and the hypocrisy, the manipulation in the Bibles. And there's so many different versions of the Bible. I would say that one of the most authentic versions would be the Ethiopian Bible. However, still, once again, that is for that timeline, because you have so many other timelines of Jesus coming to age. And if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. Like, Egyptian culture has, their own creation story of Jesus. And there's just so many more. Like, I learned about so many more people being made from mud and all that stuff. I even say, like, they left Lilith out. How you gonna leave Lilith out? And I represent the Lilith gene. And there are so many other women who does too. And all my Lilith stand up, because we ain't gonna take it. And it's just as simple as that. And there's nothing wrong with the Eve gene either. I'm pretty sure that gene is in me as well. However, I resonate with Lilith, because Lilith is it. So saying that, and I simply am, so I'm gonna resonate with a lot of things, right? So saying that, words are created language. It is a way we communicate with each other. And if you look at etymology, which it help you study the origin of words and where these words come from. If you're living in America, America is one of the most, I'ma just say it is one of the most retarded. No, I wouldn't even say that, because I identify as retarded, and I really do, and I use that word to call myself, and I use it, other ways, but I know that's a bad word, but nigga ain't. Yeah, like Dave Chappelle said, when he said the FAG word. I'm gonna be a little more polite now, but I did get in trouble for saying that word when I was little, and I had to I had to look it up in a dictionary about what it meant. And basically, I'm gonna say it now, because the way I'm saying it is for the definition of it. But fag literally had an origin of meaning a pile of sticks, and it was used as a derogatory term against homosexuals. So the actual meaning of the word is literally not bad. Just the same way when we were being called nigger, Negro, all that stuff. It is got very, like, if you look in Ethiopian culture, like negus, it means king. Negro in Spanish means black. So, like, it would be, for them to make words derogatory for us to hate ourselves and stuff like that. Just like the word gay means, like, it was used as a derogatory term towards homosexual people once again. And it literally, in the definition of words, it means happy. Go figure. I would love to be gay. I am gay every day. Like, but I'm a heterosexual woman. I really have seen that, like, I probably should identify with queer. And I think I'm slowly, like, getting into that, like, being queer. But I'm, far as sex, like, I'm heterosexual, but I do feel like I have some, like, queer ass tendencies, but I don't act on certain stuff. So I'm finding my way. Just let me be and let me find my way. So I guess that makes sense why I'm an ally, like a strong ally. Like, I don't play that shit about my LGBTQ. And it's, I think, AI, like, I grew up with the term hermaphrodite, but, like, it's now called intersex. And then I think they actually changed it to something else now. But those are people who are literally genetically born with both parts, or, like, can have, like, more testosterone than they do estrogen, but they might have female parts. And so it's different variations of that. I do say people should always educate themselves, but I am off track. I was supposed to be talking about curse words, but my videos, you always find gems in them. I like to thank God for how knowledgeable I am. It is definitely life experiences and growing up reading and growing up watching documentaries and all that stuff. So that helped me a lot to be a understanding person and not just be tolerant, to be understanding of others, like, period, point blank. Empathy is what it is. I put myself in other people's shoes. Not everybody can do that. But curse words. So some curse words literally have like some really meaning, and you can look up the etymology for certain curse words, but like the word bitch literally was what they called female dogs, and women literally didn't want to be called a female dog. For me, I'm a bitch. I've had bitches and I'm a bitch. I can be a bitch sometimes. Some women do not want to be called that. Respect people where they are. However, if I'm cool with that shit, like you should be cool with that shit for me. Like like we gotta normalize that. We have to normalize that. Maybe I'm not your messenger. Maybe you're not my target audience, and being okay with that, like, because one thing I'm gonna do is from now on is stay true to me. And I lived a fucking rough life, and I lived a very hard life, and contrary to what people want me to believe or think, is that I had this soft and this like loving life, and no, I fucking didn't. I lived a very confusing life and I grew up where this is how we talk, and this is the way I'm gonna talk until one day, if I feel like I don't want to talk like that no more. I doubt it. That shit is in my bones. It's like it's in there, like it's really deep, deep, deep in there. And granted, there is a setting for everything, and like I would never go into a holy place and cuss like a foul-mouthed fool. But however, to me, curse words are not foul words. I look at curse words simply as words who have gotten a bad rap. Like shit literally, if you look at its etymology, it literally is talking about diarrhea. And so it literally means what it means. So why is it a vulgar word? Like, it literally started out, and I think it might have been Germanic. I don't know for sure, because I haven't looked it up in a while. But it like had Germanic roots, and it literally was spelled like shit, like kind of, I think, close to like if you watch the TV show like Schitt's Creek, and like it was something with that kind of spelling. And so why can't I say shit instead of doo-doo or poop? Like, all of it sounds nasty, right? Because I'm the person that used to walk around and say fecal matter, but then everybody looking at me like, what the fuck is fecal matter? And so I had to dumb myself down for other people, and now I'm cool with being in this space. Like, this is my norm, and if I want to talk highly intelligent, it is always there. But I love my curse words. And my curse words are not sins. They're literally words. Now, I will say, I don't like to call it curse words. Because curse words is, for me, curse words is when I put a curse on you. I say that, such and such did this to me, so such and such should stump their toe on the bed every time they think ill words of me. That's a curse. Me saying you got me fucked up, or me saying you smell like shit, it is not a curse word. It is me using a word that society has deemed inappropriate. And I think I'm too intelligent sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. So some people gonna pick up what I'm putting down, and some people gonna be like, oh, it's still a curse word. But for me, it's not a curse word. It's not a swear word. A swear and a curse is completely different from what people who use colorful language are doing. I will say this, I do tend to curse because I am being lazy. Like, I don't want to find the actual word that I want to say sometimes. So I will give people that. Like, sometimes when you curse, like, you can really make your brain lazy and dependent on just using a filler word. And yeah, so I literally and I'm not gonna say like I curse because my mom cursed. Like, yes, she cursed around me a whole lot, and all the adults did. And however, me and my friends, as soon as they're back returned, we were some cussing ass kids. And we can maybe say like they influenced us, because maybe if we never heard curse words, we wouldn't even know what it is. However, though, like, it was on the radio, it was in our music, it was everywhere. So it's just a part of me. And people who have grown up around it and decide not to, kudos to you. I love that for you. But for me, I'm gonna curse. However, I feel like there's a time and place for what? There's a time and place for everything. And you need to know your environment and your audience. For me, I created this channel for an audience that was like me, sinners, and that's that. Like, I create the content for y'all. I don't create the content for people who are holier than thou and think they saved and probably ain't talked to God in a long time. They're over there talking to some other spirits that causes them to be just as miserable and nasty to other people and look down on people. But it ain't my place to judge. Ain't my place to judge whatsoever. All I can do is, spread the word that I get. And I just wanted to make a video about cursing. So if you are a person who curse like me, and maybe you're like struggling with like, maybe I shouldn't say those words, and it's literally words. Etymology is a good way to see all the words you're using. Just like the other day, like, I had kept hearing this, like, Jesus was kind, but he wasn't nice. And I'm like, ain't kind and nice the same thing? Because I had never looked up the etymology of nice. I look up the etymology of nice, and nice is basically has a roots, like its original meaning was like to be a fool, to be foolish. Whereas in kind has the original root to be childlike, to be like child or kid, in which, if you think about being a child, to be kind is to be a child. A child tells the truth. A child is loving and caring, mostly when you don't feed them a whole bunch of abuse and all that stuff. And even still, people like me will remain kind regardless. But Jesus was not nice. He was not foolish or ignorant, and that's what nice meaning is. So I just want people to, before you start judging people, just realize that a lot of the words that aren't curse words literally have meanings that you don't even know what the meaning is, and you're walking around all day saying it, like, and you have no idea what you're talking about. So I just want you to first learn the roots and the words of the American English you speak, because American English is a melting pot of Germanic words, Latin, Greek, Old English, Middle English. They have a lot of roots in that. So yeah, you should really, really, really get into like knowing the words you are speaking, because those are the words that, ironically enough, not the cuss words, but the words that we speak every freaking day have meaning that we don't even realize what they mean. However, I will say this, it is all about what? Intention. So it is about your intention. However, ignorance can be bliss, and you should, try to get out of that blissful comfort zone. So that was my little spiel on to curse or not to curse. And I hope you enjoy. I have asked God, can I curse? And God said, baby, I already know you. Like, be you. Be who you are. Like, I knew you before you knew you. Be who you are. So, that's what I'm going to stick with. And when God let me know, like, maybe this is not what he wanted me to do anymore, like, I always listen. I always, take that call, no matter how hard it hurt. I be obedient. So sometimes, most of the time, that's why I say most of the time. So yeah, that's that, and I will see you guys later. Love y'all. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, because I know I will. I am very heavy on the selfish this year and all the years next. I can't do nothing for nobody else unless I do for self first. So that's the era I'm in, and I love it for me. And I hope all that love me love it for me as well. And I accept and receive love from all that love me. So if you want to give some love to me. I need it. And I'm giving love to myself too, no matter who tried to tear me down. You can try, but you can't touch this.